Shout out to all of you who are still here. We've been getting a lot of videos where a lot of guys are saying, or they've just been hard on themselves. And to be honest, to the guys who call themselves losers, these are probably not the biggest losers. And I'm saying this in his defense before I'm even playing it because, yeah, I've known a lot of people who are actual losers. I don't know, but I have seen a lot of people and I've heard about a lot of people who are losers. And these losers, these actual losers, are actually the ones who, for some reason, they still get girls, they still get women, they still get invited to stuff. They still even, well, forget jobs because, having a job is lame, right? But this individual is going to detail on how he's a loser. And apparently, it is what it is. And he just owns up to it. That's one thing you got to give him respect for, is he owns up to it. But let's see how really big of a loser he actually is.
So I'm a loser, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it stacked, bro.
Keep it set.
I wasn't purposely trying to become a loser, anything along those lines, but I don't know. I kind of saw me going down the least popular path in life.
The least popular path usually leads you to being anything but a loser.
And I don't know, I just didn't steer clear from it, man. I just kept on going. Like, I seen I was going the wrong way and just said, fuck it. I'm already on this downtrodden path, so I'm going to continue type shit. That's really how it was for me. And I'm a loser, not in the sense that, I'm unproductive or don't do anything useful in my life.
Yeah, because you probably have your own car. You probably have your own place. That might be your house in the back, or maybe your parents. But yeah, nonetheless, you probably have your own apartment. Bet.
I still work a full-time job as of right now.
Oh, so he has a job. All right, let's keep going.
Definitely have a pretty good savings. I'm.
Oh, he has savings. Let's go.
I'm financially savvy, smart. You know what I'm saying? My finances are in order, shit like that. But I don't really have hobbies, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Because you have a job. There you go. Just have hobbies, bro. Go out and meet, bro. You need to do all this stuff. We are not middle schoolers who need to go and practice, do all this other kind of play an instrument crap and play a sport that you're not going to go and pro in crap. We're adults. You don't need hobbies. I'm not saying don't do hobbies. I'm not saying hobbies aren't a good way to meet people, but if you're working a full-time job, then especially with these full-time jobs now trying to pay anyone a decent salary so that people can have their own little starter home, then yeah, what else are you supposed to do?
Like, y'all gonna say I'm crying about my height, but it is what it is, bro. Like, this is a common reoccurrence on this channel at this point, so I don't know. I just found out my shit was cooked. I just found out I'm romantically cooked as far as my SMV goes because of immutable characteristics. Keyword height. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, that kind of led me going down the wrong path, man. And it left me feeling like complacent with where I am in life. And don't get me wrong, I'm in a very comfortable spot in life, but it's like I feel like you should never be complacent in life. Because once you're complacent, I feel like that's when death comes earlier or shit like that, And I kind of do want to get this simulation over with. But anyway, that's besides.
Simulation!
I don't know, man. I kind of. I feel like I let my younger self down, but not really so much in a sense because I didn't know that height would be this drastic to overall life quality for men. So it's like, I couldn't foresee.
If you are under the age of 25, the best thing you can do for your height is squats. Squats and leg presses. Leg presses exercise. Never skip leg day, essentially. And the reason why, I'm not saying this just because of the Negroes joke, all that kind of. The reason why I'm saying this is because your legs consist of the most amount of testosterone in your body. Your body, your testosterone, activates human growth hormones. The more you work out, the more those are activated, the more growth happens. And that growth can include height. And you teenagers out there, take note. I'm telling you. And also multivitamins too. And also sleep too. Get your sleep. It is not worth staying up 16 hours, not even 16 hours, 20 hours. only getting 6 to 4 hours of sleep just to get an extra round in of video games or an extra round in of Nebraska, of corn, Nebraska corn. You all know what that is. But yeah, it's not worth it, man. Get your 8 hours of sleep, especially if you're under the age of 25.
What I'm experiencing now as a child. But I don't know. Like I said, I really don't have a social life. I don't have friends or anything like that, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm not I'm not on that type of time with it. I actually don't mind it. I'm fine with it. It's called being self-actualized, self-realized, and understanding and accepting who you are as a person. And I kind of came to this realization a couple years back that I might be a loser, man. Because why don't I have friends, bro? Why don't I have friends? Why don't I have a social life? Why don't I have hobbies outside of making money? Really, my only hobby is fucking doing crypto, which is, of course, I got into crypto to make money. Like, I got into crypto back when I was in college, before this bull run even started.
Hold on. He went to college too? Oh, he's such a loser. And he has crypto. He has crypto.
Type shit. Years back. You know what I'm saying? I was writing 8-page papers on crypto, just hoping to make it. And then eventually I would make it, which is crazy to me. It's truly a blessing. But, I forgot what this whole video was about.
Such a loser.
A lot of y'all niggas, man.
Barry is such a loser,
dude. Still feeling a little under the weather, so that's affecting my voice. Hope y'all don't mind. Anyway, in regards to what I was talking about, I don't really have a social life. I don't. I'm saying I never felt it imperative, especially as an adult. Like, maybe when you're younger, you kind of want a social life and you kind of want to connect with different souls in this universe. But for me, it's just whatever, bro. I mean, it ain't shit. I'm not.
I mean, have you seen people these days? Come on, you are not missing out. And trust me, you are not missing out. And trust me, a lot of people want you to conform to what they think you should be, and especially if you as a brother, you are supposed to sat your pants. You are supposed to speak with phonics. You are supposed to already have knocked up a chick, be a baby daddy, or be an incel, apparently, which apparently you're neither one of those. So if you're not a baby daddy, you need to be an incel if you do speak with some sense. But apparently you're holding your own nuts, and shout out to you for that.
I'm not fully opposed to having friends or bonding with other people, but it's just I don't really care for it. Like, give or take, and I'm likely gonna leave that on the table. I don't really care for relationships or friendships like that. I mean relationships as in platonically speaking. I mean, like, I'm definitely down to meet new women, have sex with them, and see where it goes from there. But I mean, as far as same-sex platonic relationships, I don't really give a fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think another reason why I was led down this path is lack of female companionship throughout life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not absolutely, never had nobody in life, but it's like I said, I've gone like 8, 9, 10-year droughts with no contact from women. Not on that level. So, like, I know what it's like to not have hoes. I know what it's like to be womanless. And as a heterosexual man, it kind of eats away at you, especially in your younger ages. But eventually, you kind of come to terms with what your life is and how it is and why it is. That's the key word there. Why it is, and it's because of height. So come to terms with shit like that.
Height. If it's all about height, dude, you can easily solve that by relocating to a place where normal height is like 5'4" when it comes to guys. There are places like that. I'm just saying. And I know this guy can do his research. I know this guy knows what time it is. I know this guy knows where he can go for the hose. That's his words, not mine.
I don't know, man. It just kind of swayed my whole worldview of how I see shit. And now I'm just like a lone wolf on some loser loner type shit. But I mean, it doesn't really pay me no mind. It doesn't make me no mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fine by me. I like being alone. I discover a lot much more about myself, why I react how I react, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't think being alone is really problematic. I think I do get lonely. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being alone and lonely, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not no fucking robot. I do get lonely sometimes, but we're men in this world, right? So, like,
and more importantly than that, we're all human. And yeah, I'm not the kind of person who gets lonely as much as this guy, but hey, it happens to the best of us. And You're supposed to have human companionship. I mean, that we are social beings. We are social creatures. The problem is our current social environment is as shitty as this guy probably realizes. And in order to have people around you, you basically got to dumb yourself down to the most lowest common denominator. You got to conform to basically popularity, and a lot of popularity is stemmed on either how much stuff you have or how much of a dumbass you act like, or what stupid stuff you're into, like Love Island, for instance, or freaking whatever rappers are big these days, or yeah, or whatever Netflix shows you're streaming. As if we all have the time to watch everything on Netflix alone. Now, and let me not get started on the other streaming websites. Have you watched it? No, I have not. Or even sports. I like sports. But here's the thing. I know how to taper my time down to the point where sports does not consume my life.
Us being alone is like second nature, or should be second nature. You know what I'm saying? We're men. And maybe I'm just forwarding unrealistic standards for men, how men should be ideally, and we should be alone. But maybe that's not the case, since, you know, humans are social creatures, and I don't necessarily think I'm a part of that social contract regarding humans, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, humans are social creatures. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a weirdo. Maybe I'll just be tweaking. I also think that's a possibility. Like, that's not far out the range for me either, you know? I could just be tweaking, bro. Maybe I'm just tweaking. Maybe I'm just hallucinating, bro. I don't know. But overall, I feel like I'm a good person, though. You know, I'm not harming anyone. I stay to myself, and what more can you really ask? You know, I do what I have to do in life. I make my money. I pay my bills. I'm a tax-paying citizen. And I don't harm anyone. So, you know,
he's such a loser.
But could be worse, man. Could be far much worse. No, and I'm grateful it hasn't gotten to that level.
And you can
I
afford
don't
chapstick.
believe in jinxing or anything of that nature, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm grateful it hasn't gotten to unfortunate levels. But I just figured I'd make this video on why my circumstances are what they are at the present moment, and maybe there's others out there in the world like me who kind of just said, man, fuck this shit, I'm solo dolo. I'm gonna stay to myself, and that's just how I'm rocking. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you haven't, please leave a like.
All right, shout out to you guys, and yeah, give him a like. Give him a like. All right, yeah, we give him a like. All right, cool. But yeah, short and bald dude. Well, yeah. The biggest L that you've taken is naming your channel Short and Bald Dude. Unless you're trying to make this a channel about you being short and bald and trying to grab an audience, then yeah. And you know what? Check this out. Is he a loser? According to society, yeah. Mainly because a lot of society likes actual losers. If you were a bum on the couch, if you had your pants sagging, if you were living in your mama's house, your mama's house, or if you were crashing on your homeboy's couch, or if you were just living in your car, you would probably be considered less of a loser, because that is what society demands these days. That's what society wants. Society loves losers, actual losers, definition losers. I'm talking American society. So for all of you in Asia or parts of Europe that haven't lost their minds, or parts of Africa that actually appreciates paved roads, or parts of Latin America that doesn't worship drug dealers and was narco lords or whatever, then yeah, you all realize the difference between a real winner and a real loser. And this guy, I mean, the worst thing you can say about him is that he's short. He's short. I mean, he's not wearing short shorts, but he's short, and he's bald. How many dudes who are bald actually get women? How many dudes who are short actually get women? If you aren't being checked out by, and I suspect the community, we all know the community. If you aren't being checked out by that demographic, just go to a different demographic. Maybe you're living in a shitty ass place. And to be honest, if you own a house, then I highly recommend renting out. Renting out, or at the very least selling it to BlackRock and all these other agencies that are buying boomer houses at the speed of light. But yeah, is this guy a loser? Tell me in the comments. Is this guy a loser? And for all you chicks out there, especially, is this guy a loser? Because I see what a lot of gals want. A lot of gals want guys who have have big egos and small penises. And they express that through loud cars, Hellcats, scat packs, all this other crap. Look at me. All this flamboyant clothing, all these shoes and pants and shirts that are worth more than their paycheck. Their paycheck, not they, but their paycheck. And yeah, that's what the chicks want. So yeah, technically you are a loser. Technically, in American standards, you are a loser. But outside this country, I think you're all right. I think you're doing good. I think you're hang in there, like the kitty. Hang in there, bud. Just hang in there. Keep doing you. Anyway, you got shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to him all. All of you say, he's a grifter. He's a grifter. He's toxic. Damn. O'Shea Duke Jackson on a normal comment thread. Never could have expected it. Man, I always call him that, yeah. Shout out to the Black Manosphere GOAT. I'm 6'1", and I'm 6'1", and I struggle in the native world. I'm 6'1", and struggle. It is getting that bad, folks. It is that bad. Crazy to see dudes who have a million times better life than me make videos than this. Your hobby is making videos now, bro. There you go. Wait, there was someone who was talking about, like, I'm not an actor. I just make YouTube videos. The second you and your videos trended and went viral, you became an actor then. You got a hobby now, kid. I'm 6'4", been out of work for a while, barely keep my head above water. No woman right now, no hoes. You know. Grass is always skinny. Everybody's keep going, bro. Dude looks like renegade number 1. Hey, single, no kids, winning. There you go. But you're such a loser. You're such a loser, man. Oh my goodness. You're such a loser. Look at this guy, guys. He has savings. He has crypto. He has his own place, owns an apartment at the very least. He has a full-time job, and in this economy where people are getting fired and laid off and they can't find work. He's such a loser, man. He's such a loser because he's in an area where a bunch of hoes, real hoes, go for bumps. Probably that's what it is because they aren't going for ballers. So the average chick is not getting a baller. I'm sorry. All these videos talking about some. Well, I had a guy who spent $20,000 on me in the past, and we just went in this yacht and we played Yahtzee. That's all we did. We played Yahtzee. Going on a yacht, just play Yahtzee. All right, whatever. So you either got that, and a lot of these girls cap when it comes to that because, or they just go to a bum's house. A bum who probably just at best gets him some little carry out, little Uber Eats, and she's like, you know, ooh, you wet. Anyway, Short and Bald, that's his channel. Go check it out. He what makes women. He's trying to do his thing, and it looks like Money Maxing. There you go. My smart people drive used cars. See. Your 20s, like your 40s. My family. Yeah. Damn, your family. Own family, bro. Yeah, so he's trying to do his thing. He's trying to trend. But if you want to check that channel out, go ahead and check it out. Words otherwise, keep it up. Because you're such a loser, right? Everyone else out there, always bet on X.